Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Today we are diving into a very important topic, the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Abhiyan, a scheme recently approved by the Union Cabinet aimed at uplifting the socio-economic status of our tribal communities. In this video, we will first understand who are the Janjatiya or tribal communities. Then we will discuss their constitutional safeguards, other existing schemes aimed at their development and their current socio-economic status. Finally, we will introduce the PM Janjatiya Unnat Abhiyan, highlighting why this scheme is so important for their future. Now this scheme PM Janjatiya Unnat Abhiyan relates to your GS paper 2 government schemes, government policies and interventions for welfare of tribal communities section. So we will see the context first. The context is that the Union Cabinet recently approved the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Abhiyan to enhance the socio-economic status of tribal communities. So without going deeper into the scheme first, we will understand who are Janjatiya tribal communities and their constitutional status. So who are these tribal communities or Janjatiya communities? So these are the indigenous people of India with their own distinct cultures, traditions and lifestyles which have been preserved for centuries. There are officially recognized in our constitution as scheduled tribes or STs, giving them certain rights and protections. When it comes to their constitutional safeguards, we have Article 342, which provides for identification and listing of scheduled tribes. Then we do have Article 244, which states that administration of scheduled areas and tribal areas. Then we do have 5th schedule of the constitution, which governs areas with significant tribal populations and provides special governance provisions. Then in the 6th schedule of the constitution, it deals with autonomous districts in the northeastern region, and even we do have reservation in education and employment to tribal communities. There are reserved seats in educational institutions and government jobs. Now that we have covered who the Janjatiya communities are and their constitutional status, let's take a look at some other key schemes the government has implemented for their development till date. So the first scheme is Van Bandhu Kalyan Yojana, which is all about ensuring holistic development for tribal people by focusing on health, education and income generation. Then there is Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. Under it, affordable housing for rural areas including our tribal communities are provided so that they can have secure homes for them. Then the next one is tribal sub-plans, a framework that ensures that resources are specially and specifically allocated for tribal welfare in all sectors. For education also, for tribal people, we do have National Fellowship and Scholarship for Higher Education of PST students. Then we do have Eklavya Model Residential Schools as well. Then under Forest Rights Act 2006, which recognizes the rights of tribal people over forest land, allowing them to live with dignity and manage their resources. Then we do have Minor Forest Produce Scheme, which plays a critical role helping tribal communities generate income by supporting the sale and value addition of minor forest produce. Additionally, the government supports tribal research institutes to promote research and knowledge sharing on tribal issues. Finally, there is the development of particularly vulnerable tribal groups, which focuses on the most vulnerable tribal communities, ensuring they receive targeted support for their specific needs. These schemes show a broad and multifaceted approach to tribal development, covering everything from housing to education and livelihood, making sure no aspect of their well-being is left behind. but we have to understand their present socio-economic status and where we are lagging behind. So let's take a closer look at the current socio-economic status of our tribal communities in India. According to 2011 census, the tribal communities make up around 8.6% of India's population, which is a significant number. Most of them live in rural areas and are primarily dependent on agriculture, forest produce and manual labor. Unfortunately, poverty rates among the scheduled tribes or ESTs are much higher than the national average, making their economic conditions quite challenging. When it comes to education, there is still a long way to go. As per 2011 census, the literacy rate of scheduled tribes was 59% compared to the national average 73%. It is too much lower. This gap is something that needs immediate attention. Then in the healthcare sector as well, there is major issue. Access to quality healthcare in tribal areas is very limited, which leads to high infant mortality rates and widespread malnutrition. Diseases like malaria are common among tribals. According to the National Family Health Survey 2019 to 21, about 40.9% of tribal children suffer from stunting. Focus on these numbers. 23.2% from wasting and 39.5% are underweight. These numbers are much higher than the national averages, reflecting the urgent need for better health services in these regions. Now lastly, when we talk about employment, most of the tribal population is engaged in informal or subsistence levels jobs with very little representation in formal sectors. This means they often don't have stable incomes or job security, which further adds to their economic challenges. In summary, while there are various efforts being made, the socio-economic conditions of tribal communities in India still remain far from ideal. They continue to face hurdles in areas like education, healthcare and employment, which is why schemes like the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Abhiyan are so crucial. So now, without any further delay, let's dive into what the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Abhiyan is. This initiative was announced by Union Finance Minister Shri Nirmala Sitaramanji during the presentation of the Union Budget for 2024-25 in the Parliament. So focus on this point. Union Budget 2024-25 in the Parliament, our Finance Minister mentioned this scheme. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. What does it mean? That the expenses on this scheme will be shared by center and state government, and it is designed specifically to uplift tribal families living in villages with a significant tribal population, particularly in aspirational districts across the country. This ambitious scheme covers 549 districts and 2740 blocks across 30 states and union territories. It covers near about 63,000 villages. Now who are the target beneficiaries? More than 5 crore tribal people are the beneficiaries under this mission. Then as per 2011 census, scheduled tribes, their population is 10.42 crore, that is 8.6% of India's total population, consisting of over 705 tribal communities. In essence, PMJUGA is a significant step toward addressing the socio-economic challenges faced by these communities. By focusing on their specific needs, the government aims to empower them, improve their livelihoods and foster holistic development in these regions. So that's a snapshot of the PM Janjatiya Unnat Abhiyan and its potential impact on tribal families across India. Now let's explore the objectives of the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan. This mission is designed to address critical gaps in social infrastructure, then health, education and livelihood through the convergence of various government schemes. So it is not a single scheme, it is a kind of convergence of various government schemes. And there are 25 interventions. So to make this happen, PMJUGA will implement 25 specific interventions over the next 5 years involving the collaboration of 17 different ministries. So you can say that one particular ministry is not involved, but there are 17 ministries are involved in the implementation of this scheme. This collaborative approach ensures that efforts are streamlined and effective in addressing the unique needs of tribal communities. So, what are the primary goals of this mission? So, the first primary goal is improving housing, then health, and then next one is education infrastructure. The second one is economic empowerment of tribal communities via skill development and entrepreneurship. The next one is, which is the last one, ensuring universal access to quality education and healthcare. Every individual deserves access to these fundamental services, and this mission is dedicated to making that a reality for tribal communities. In summary, we can say that PMJUGA is a comprehensive initiative focused on enhancing the lives of tribal families by bridging the gaps in essential services and empowering them for the brighter future of tribal communities. Now let's take a closer look at some key initiatives under the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan that are aimed at transforming the lives of tribal communities. The first one is the Pakka housing. So what is it? The mission aims to provide eligible scheduled tribe households with solid, durable housing through the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana for rural areas, but that's not all. It also ensures that these homes come with essential amenities like clean drinking water through the Jal Jeevan mission and electricity supply as well. Now next is we will talk about village infrastructure. So it focuses on improving connectivity in tribal regions. This means better all-weather roads through the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana will be built along with improved mobile network coverage and access to the internet as well under BharatNet initiative. Then there will be enhanced connectivity will open up opportunities for education, healthcare and economic activities for the tribal people. Now the next is health and education sector. So here, by enhancing infrastructure under various schemes such as National Health Mission, Samagra Shiksha and Poshan Abhiyan, the goal is to improve health, nutrition and educational outcomes for tribal communities. In essence, you can say that these initiatives under PMJUGA are designed to create a more supportive environment for tribal families, ensuring they have the resources and infrastructure they need to thrive. Now, next we have a strong focus on economic empowerment as well under the scheme. The mission emphasizes promoting self-employment through skill development and entrepreneurship. So, government is also focusing on self-employment. This is supported by various training initiatives under the Skill India mission, which aim to equip tribal individuals with the necessary skills to start their own businesses and become financially independent. Now the next is tribal multi-purpose marketing centers. So what is this tribal multi-purpose marketing centers? The government plans to establish 100 centers dedicated to supporting the marketing, branding and distribution of tribal products. This initiative will help tribal artisans and entrepreneurs reach broader markets, ensuring that their unique products gain recognition and generate income for them. Finally, in the education sector, there are concerted efforts to boost school and higher education enrollment rates among the tribal students. new tribal hostels are being set up under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan program, making quality education more accessible for tribal students. This is vital for ensuring that tribal youth have the opportunity to pursue their academic aspirations without facing barriers. So in summary, you can say these initiatives under PMJUGA are all about empowering tribal communities economically and educationally, paving the way for a brighter future for them. Now let's explore some more initiatives under this scheme. The first one is tribal homestay scheme. Now this is a new one for you, tribal homestay. So we will see what is it. The government plans to develop 1000 homestays under the Swadesh Darshan initiative. This is not just about providing tourists with a place to stay, it's about boosting tourism in tribal areas and creating alternative livelihoods for local families. By welcoming visitors into their homes, tribal communities can share their rich culture and traditions while generating income for them, thus enhancing their economic stability. So there are other schemes involved in it, you can say. Swadesh Darshan scheme, which is related to tourism sector. Now next one is sustainable livelihoods. So what is it? This initiative focuses on the 22 lakh holders of forest rights as per the Forest Rights Act 2006. The aim is to ensure the recognition of their forest rights while providing sustainable livelihood support. This means that the communities can utilize their forest resources responsibly, maintaining ecological balance while improving their living conditions. Lastly, let's discuss the healthcare initiatives. Under this scheme, there will be establishment of healthcare centers as well. Healthcare centers of competence in aims to enhance prenatal diagnosis and treatment for sickle cell diseases in tribal areas. This is a significant step towards improving healthcare access for tribal populations, particularly in addressing diseases that disproportionately affect them. In summary, these initiatives are all about creating opportunities for economic growth, ensuring sustainable livelihoods and improving healthcare access for tribal communities, ultimately leading to better quality life for them. Now, let's talk about the expected impact and outcomes of the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan and how it aims to transform the lives of our tribal communities. First, it will improve living standards of tribal people by providing them better housing, electricity, water and healthcare services. The next is economic upliftment because there is a skill development program and entrepreneurship programs. So it will enhance livelihoods by promoting self-sufficiency and reducing poverty among tribal populations. Then the next impact will be increased education access. It will be done by focusing on educational infrastructure, which will improve school enrollment and retention, which will increase literacy and skill levels within tribal communities. Now the next one is health improvements. It will be done by enhancing healthcare infrastructure, which will help in lowering the infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate and will also improve overall health outcomes for tribal populations. The last one is sustainable livelihoods. The special attention to Forest Rights Act patta holders will empower tribal families to utilize their land and resources effectively, promoting sustainable livelihoods. So all these are long-term impacts which are expected out of this PMJUGA implementation. So as we delve deeper into the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan, it is essential to address some of the challenges we may face in its implementation, along with practical solutions as well. So the first problem will be geographical barriers. How? Many tribal families reside in remote areas, making access difficult. To tackle this, we can leverage technology and innovative logistics. By using tools like drones for delivery or mobile apps for communication, we can ensure that help reaches these communities efficiently. So this is solution, which is technology oriented solution, we can say. The next problem will be lack of awareness. So many tribal people and in the tribal areas may not fully understand the benefit of PMJUGA. So to combat this, we need to conduct extensive awareness campaigns and community outreach programs. Engaging local leaders and influencers can help spread the word effectively. So this is the solution for this problem. The next problem will be, or challenge will be, administrative bottlenecks. Sometimes coordination between various ministries can become complicated, slowing down progress. So to address this, we can streamline these processes and enhance accountability mechanisms. The next problem would be cultural sensitivity. So what does it mean? Tribal people are so much culturally sensitive, so about their customs and traditions. So therefore, tailoring initiatives to align with these values and involving community leaders in the decision making process can foster greater acceptance and participation. The last challenge can be monitoring and accountability related one. So tracking the progress of PMJUGA is vital to its success. Utilizing digital platforms like the PM Gati Shakti portal can facilitate real-time tracking and performance evaluation. This way, we can ensure that resources are being used effectively and outcomes are being met. In summary, while challenges exist, thoughtful solutions can pave the way for the successful implementation of PMJUGA, ultimately leading to positive transformations in tribal communities. Okay, now let's test your understanding with some practice questions which are perfect for your UPSC prelims and mains. So the first question, which is related to prelims, is that with reference to the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan, which of the following statements is or are correct? The first is, it aims to improve the socio-economic conditions of tribal communities in all tribal majority villages across India. The second statement is, the scheme focuses on infrastructure development, economic empowerment and universal access to quality education. The last one is, PMJUGA is implemented by a single ministry under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Now you have to select the correct one. A, 1 and 2 only, B, 1 only, C, 1, 2 and 3, and D, 2 and 3 only. So you can answer this question in the comment section. For mains, the question is, discuss the key objectives and expected outcomes of the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan. How does it aim to address the socio-economic challenges faced by tribal communities? So you have to answer this within 150 words. Now, before I wrap up this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more insightful content on government schemes and exam preparation tips. Hit the bell icon so you never miss any update. I have more exciting videos coming your way and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.